Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. We're tuning the Corvette C7.R in the Forza GT series today. So on the screen here we do have the race parts to follow the homologation that is required for the Forza GT series. So the tune is at the end, but I do want to show you a lap time, or just to show you what the car's like in motion. So we're on Silverstone, we're on the full GP circuit, and the opening lap was a 2:05.2. So into the first corner, very stable into the first right, then into the left, very nice, handles the transitions very well, and into this tight right-hander. Missed the apex ever so slightly, but managed to pull it out at the end, and now into the tight left-hander. This left-hander is notorious for destroying extremely stiff setups because there's just not enough grip, but this one handled it perfectly. We're on the back straight now with 3.5 seconds up off the starting time, so we are in for a decent lap. Now, this corner is extremely challenging for cars, especially when they're not so good on the brakes. This one handled it nicely, and now into this right-hander, keeping it into second gear. We're going to short shift into third once we've got that rotation that we're looking for. Look for the apex that we're going to hit on the way out and fire through it. So we're up into fourth now. We're now up into fifth gear, and as you can see, we are steaming ahead, exactly 4 seconds up on a lap time. So it's going to be a decent lap time. This right-hander test the aero capabilities out. The car was smashed it. It really did. Now with 4.003, talk about consistency. Now into maggots and Beckett's. And with cars that have terrible damper setups, that will upset them. No issues whatsoever for this C7. And now into this right-hander, we're going to fire it out. I do keep her in fourth gear, however, third gear probably would have been a better option, but we are still up on that split from the previous time, so we're doing something right. Now, down the back straight, again, this will test the aerodynamics and the top speed of the car. Coming into Stowe on the right-hander, I do get on the acceleration too late for my likings. I could have been on it at least a few tenths before. We are still, again, up on the split, and now we're going to come into Vale and Club, which is a very good overtaking opportunity. So with Vale out of the corner, we just have Club to go. We're getting the power down lovely up into fourth, and we're going to come across the line using all of the curb with a 2-minute 1.144. Okay boys, so following on from the parts, here we have the fine tuning side of it. So we'll start with the tyre pressures. For the PSI, I've gone from the front 32 PSI and the rear 32 PSI. I think it keeps it evenly around 33.5 once warm, so it's pretty much within the optimum range of temperatures. Gearing, I'm just absolutely terrible with gearing. I don't know what I'm doing, but I think I've come up with a decent ratio. This car doesn't have as much torque as the C8R, but these are the ratios that I found. I mean, if you want to use your own gearing or you've got better gearing, by all means do so. But this is mine here. Okay, moving on, we've got the alignment. I've gone for negative 1.4 on the front and negative 1.1 on the rear. Front and rear toe 0, and the front caster is 7. And the front caster is 7. Roll bars, anti-roll bars, I've gone slightly softer on this one. I've done 30.24 on the front, give or take, and then 28.85. No coincidence. That worked for me. I mean, if you want a bit less body roll, stiffen them up within the same sort of ratio. Springs, I've gone for 607.4 on the front and 571.7 on the rear. This worked for me. Again, I felt it was nice going into corners and extremely good coming out of corners. Ride height, I've just opted raising it ever so slightly, you know, with Yas Marina being involved in the track selection in Forza GT. So it just kind of helps, not that much, but it helps as much as it can with them bumps. Damping, bump stiffness, 3.8 on the front and 3.5 on the rear. I did think there was a bit too much front body roll, which I didn't really want to use through the anti-roll bars, so I used bump stiffness to alter that for me. Rebound stiffness 12 on the front and 12 on the rear. It's quite a balanced car in regards to that, but if you do want a bit more turning, feel free to decrease the front rebound. It might just sort of aid with that weight transfer. Roll center 0.4 on the front, 0 on the rear. Anti-dive 16.5 and the anti-squat negative 1.9. If you want a bit more oversteer, you want it to be a bit more loose in quarters, feel free to increase that to maybe 5-7%. It will just aid with that exit oversteer if that's what you want. The usual max front downforce and minimum rear downforce. So very, very well balanced car, even when going around fast corners. 50%, this is pretty much your personal preference. I've gone 50 and 146. If you want 200, feel free. If you want more at the front, more at the rear, do your thing. Differential 35%. I did feel that there was a lot of slipping with the rear wheels, and this, for me, it worked really, really well. I was able to short shift it up into third coming out of these tight corners, and the differential, it just aided with that traction. If you want to stick it on 100, be my guest, but 35 worked spot on for me, to be honest, and the deceleration was 8%. And this is irrelevant to me because I do use controller. So lads, that is going to be the end of the video. I hope you enjoy it, and I do hope you get some value from this tune and this setup. Please like, comment and subscribe. The other Forza GT tunes will be linked in the description down below, and there will be a card on screen. So yeah, please like, comment and subscribe, and as always, stay tuned for more.